fourth match of the Super 8 round, West Indies beat Zimbabwe by 107 runs. Yes, they now lead the Group 1 points table with 5.35 their net run rate along with 2 points as well, which in result India would find it very hard to reach this semi-final because they are already one match down and their net run rate is minus 3 point something, which is impossible now if India beat West Indies and Zimbabwe in their next two matches. But they have to win both their matches by 107 runs in one match and by 76 in the other match to level the net run rate of South Africa or West Indies. So in this match, batting first, West Indies posted 254 for the loss of 6 wickets, second highest total in T20 international. Yes, 254, and Hitmare scoring joint fastest half century in this World Cup, which is 19 ball. And earlier, Shimron Hitmare also scored the half century of 19 ball. Another, he made 85 of 34 ball. Robin Powell 59, and then Rutherford 31, and Romario Sheffield made 21 runs. Bowling performance for Zimbabwe, 2 wickets each for Muzarabani and Nagawa, but Kramer won for 38 and Evans won for 46. But their captain conceded almost 50 runs, Sikandar Raza, in his 3 overs. Very expensive. And in reply, Zimbabwe were all out for 147 in 17.4 overs. Brad Evans with 43 and 28 by Mayers. Raza made 27 were the notable scorers. And for West Indies, Godagesh Moti 4 for 28, Akil Hussain 3 for 28, 2 for 27, and Holder 1 for 25, enabling their side to win the match by 107 runs. Yes, this is the latest points table position, as West Indies are at the top, winning the first match of the Super 8 round with 2 points. And look at their net run rate, 5.35, unbelievable. South Africa also won their first match. They beat India and their net run rate is 3.80 because they won the match by 76 runs. India lost the match by 76 and their net run rate is in negative, which is 3.80. And Zimbabwe also lost today's match, so their net run rate is minus 5.35. Remember, top 2 teams from each group will reach the semi-finals of the ICC T20 World Cup. Yes, this is the points table once again, as West Indies are at the top with the net run rate of 5.35. They have 2 points, followed by South Africa with 3.80 their net run rate. They also have 2 points. India are at number 3, and Zimbabwe, because of the poor net run rate, because they lost the match by 100%, and their net run rate is minus 5.35, and India's net run rate is minus 3.8. So they are at 3rd and 4th place respectively. This is once again the points table. Yes, this is the match summary. West Indies batting first, scored 254 for the loss of 6 wickets, and in reply, Zimbabwe were all out for 147. West Indies winning the match by 107 runs. Yes, West Indies registered 107 runs win over Zimbabwe. This is the 5 matches. They are unbeaten so far. West Indies winning the first match of this World Cup against Scotland by 35 runs. Then they beat the upset of this tournament. They beat England by 30 runs. And against easier opponent, Nepal, they comprehensively won the match by 9 wickets. Against Italy, another comprehensive victory, winning the match by 42 runs. But today, look at the difference. 107 runs victory took them to the top of the Super 8 round of Group 1. Yes, this is West Indies chart as their opener, Brendan King, and Shai Hope departs very early. King made 9 and Hope made 40 runs. But Shimron Hitmare, what an inning he has played. 85 of 34, and Robin Powell 59 of 35, and Sheffield Rutherford 31 of only 13 balls, and Romario Sheffield 21 of 10, while Holder scored 13 of 4 balls, all with a very good strike rate, which enabled them to post 254 runs for the loss of 6 wickets, and 21 extras also helped them to go past 250 runs. Yes, Rodman Powell finishes the inning and he made 59 of 35 balls, hitting 4 fours and 4 sixes, and the strike rate is 169. So, overall, West Indies batsmen hit 19 sixes and 15 fours. Altogether, run in boundary 174 out of 253 runs were scored in boundaries. The highest in T20 World Cup is 260 for 6 India, Sri Lanka against Kenya, and 254 for 6 is the second highest total in T20 World Cup, which today West Indies scored against Zimbabwe, then 230 against South Africa by England, who made 230 for 8 in 2016 World Cup. Shimron Hetmyer scored 85 of only 34 balls, hitting 7 fours and 7 sixes with a strike rate of 250. A blistering knock by West Indian batsman. Fastest T20 World Cup 50s for West Indies, and this is the fastest which Shimron Hetmyer scored of 19 balls, surpassing whose record? Yes, Chris Gale's record of 23 ball 50, which he made against Australia in 2009. Okay, fastest 50 in ICC Men T20 World Cup in this year. In this World Cup, he equaled the record of Aiden Makram of South Africa, who scored 19 ball half century against New Zealand, and today Hetmyer made 19 ball half century against Zimbabwe. Then Dasan Chanaka of Sri Lanka also scored 19 ball half century against Oman. Ishan Kishan made 20 ball half century against Namibia, and Will Jacks made 21 balls half century against Italy. 5 top centuries, fastest half centuries of this T20 World Cup. Yes, this was a partnership, 104 of only 51 balls between Shimron Hetmyer and Rodman Powell, and here Shimron Hetmyer contributed 59 of 21 balls and 38 of 24 by Rodman Powell. Previous one? Yes, this one. Yes. Most runs in ICC Men's T20 World Cup. Shimron Hetmyer is second to Pakistan's Sahibzada Farhan, 1 run lesser than Sahibzada Farhan. Sahibzada Farhan is the leading run scorer with 220 runs, followed by Shimron Hetmyer, who has scored 90 runs. Then Pathum Nishanka of Sri Lanka, 208. Kushal Mendes of Sri Lanka also have 186, and Aiden Makram is 5th in the list with 182 runs. Okay, Zimbabwe's record in this World Cup, surprise package for all the teams. They won their opening match against Oman by 8 wickets. Then they upset Australia, beating them by 23 runs. Their third match against Ireland was washout, and they beat Sri Lanka in the last group match by 6 wickets to reach the Super 8 round of the ICC T20 World Cup. Okay, West Indies go massive in Mumbai and highest team total at the Men's T20 World Cup. Sri Lanka's highest was 260 for 6 against Kenya in 2007, and today West Indies made 254 for 6 against Zimbabwe. Ireland scored 235 for 5 against Oman in this World Cup, and England made 230 for 8 against South Africa in 2016. South Africa made 229 against England in 2016. Double wicket maiden by Godagesh Moti. Yes, he took 2 wickets without conceding a run in his over. 50 of just 19 ball, fastest ever for West Indies in T20 World Cup history, and he reached the 50 by hitting a giant hit of 108 meter 6. Shimron Hetmyer is the leading 6 hitter in this World Cup. He now has hit 17 sixes, followed by his fellow countrymen Shafin Rutherford and Sahibzada Farhan, Shivam Dube and Ishan Kishan all hit 11 sixes, but look at the difference. He hit 6 more sixes than the rest of the list. Chris Gale holds the record for the fastest century in T20 World Cup history, which is he made by 47 balls. He was very near Shimron Hetmyer, reaching 85 of 34 balls, which means 13 balls still he has to reach to break the record of Chris Gale, but he was out after scoring 85, hitting 7 fours and 7 sixes. And look at the strike rate, 250. Shimron Hitmir missed out on breaking that record, but it was still a sensational lob from him. Yes, this is top 6 scorers. South Africa scored 256 times, then India made 4 times. Same is the case with West Indies now. England and Sri Lanka reached 253 times in T20 internationals. West Indies thrashed Zimbabwe by 107 runs in a dominant display. 5 wins in 5 games, unbeaten and flying high in T20 World Cup 2026. Okay, this is the scenario how India can still qualify, which looks very difficult now. If South Africa remains unbeaten, India win both, and then they can qualify. If South Africa and Zimbabwe or West Indies finish on 4 points each, India will need a massive win to repair their net run rate. India plays their last game and will know the equation, how to reach what net run rate they need to. Yes, they were dented by minus 3.80 defeat against South Africa. They lost the match by 76 runs. West Indies winning the match by 107. Batting first, they scored 254 for 6. And in reply, Zimbabwe were all out 547 in 17.4 overs. Shimron Hitmir, look at his inning, 85 of 34 balls, hitting 7 fours and 7 sixes with a strike rate of 250. He was lucky. He was given life when he was on 10 and on 57 as well. Okay, the difference between the two teams. In the first power play, West Indies made 55 for 2. On the other hand, Zimbabwe made 47 for 3. But in the middle part of the inning, from over number 7 to over number 50, West Indies added another 139 for the loss of only 1 wicket. On the other hand, Zimbabwe lost 6 wickets for just 80 runs. West Indies in the last 4 overs added 60 more runs at 15 runs per over. On the other hand, Zimbabwe could only score 20 for 1. 19 sixes were hit by West Indies and 12 by Zimbabwe. 16 fours were hit by West Indies and 10 by Zimbabwe. 178 runs scored in boundaries by West Indies and 112 by Zimbabwe. Now the partnership. Okay, look at this third wicket partnership of 122 for West Indies between Shimron Hitmir and Robin Powell. Shimron Hitmir 65 of only 23. On the other hand, Powell made 50 of 29 in this partnership. Then they had a 6-wicket partnership of 35 of only 15 and 19 of only 5 balls. Over here, they have 2 substantial partnerships. 5th wicket, 42 runs between Sikandar Raza and Boyonga, and the last wicket, 44 of 19 between Brad Evans and Nagarwa, where Evans made 35 of 13 balls. Okay, West Indies won that match by 107 runs, and Shimron Hitmir, who scored a brilliant 85 of only 34 balls and also held on to 2 catches as well, was declared player of the match. Points table, once again, we have already discussed it, but look at this. West Indies winning their opening Super 8 encounter. They have 2 points and their net run rate is 5.35. Their next match will be against South Africa and the final match will be up against India. On the other hand, South Africa are at second place. They also won their first opening match against India. Their net run rate is 3.80 and the 2 encounters will be West Indies and Zimbabwe. India are at number 3, yes, with minus 3.80. They are going to play against Zimbabwe and West Indies in the remaining 2 matches. Zimbabwe are at the bottom with minus 5.35 their net run rate. They're going to play India and South Africa. On the other hand, in Group 2, England are at the top with better run rate. They have 2.550, winning their opening match. But New Zealand and Pakistan are at number 2, jointly at number 2. Both have 1 point each and without any net run rate because their match was washed out without the ball being bowled and the match was abandoned. And Sri Lanka is at the bottom of Group 2. Wishing all the team best of luck. We come to the end of our show. Till the next program, it's goodbye from Sports 360.